Well, here are some books about Bisses and water in general. I'm going to start with Evangeline. This is from an 8th grade text, Adventures for Readers. And here's where it mentioned, vast meadows stretched to the eastward, giving the village its name and pasture to flocks without number. Dikes that the hands of the farmers had raised with labor incessant shut out the turbulent tides, but at stated seasons the floodgates opened, and welcomed the sea to wander at will o'er the meadows. That's basically a water meadow. All right, I mentioned the Cluny. Well, in Paris. The Cluny looks like that. It's not too far from the West Bank or Notre Dame de Paris. This is the Cluny, the Renaissance mansion. There are the Roman baths, and you see it all together. Let's see back here. It shows, this is an artist's conception of the way the baths looked back in, 2nd century, the thermae. All right, the Cluny, I mentioned that. Now, let me just show you this. In the realm of fiction, on Heiligenwassern, this is the book that I wanted so badly to have. Now, I have trouble reading it. I have considerable trouble reading it, and I probably will try again sometime. But it's been made into several movies, and I finally was able to get it. At the Holy Waters, Heiligenwassern. That's one of the terms they give for the waters that are brought from the Bisses, a novel out of the high mountains. All right, here's where I first ran into the word Bisse. This is what do you call it, the Michelin Guide? Yeah, Michelin Guide for Switzerland, an old one. And here, the Bisses. In central Valais, from Martigny to Brigue, the cultivation of the tablelands overlooking the Rhone Valley raised difficult problems of irrigation. The paucity of rain and the enclosure of torrents in the depths of inaccessible gorges gave the Valaisians here a chance to display a tenacity and inventive spirit which found expression in the Bisses. These narrow canals, 300 in number, and with a total length of 1,250 miles, drew the glacier waters of the Rhone tributaries almost from their sources and carried them with imperceptible drop in level along the mountainsides. When a rocky wall blocked their path, they ran through dizzily suspended wooden troughs, the upkeep of which demanded dangerous acrobatics. The maintenance of the saving Bisse and the careful distribution of its water among those who are entitled to it hold an important place in the lives of the small mountain communities. The filling of the canals at the beginning of spring is accompanied in some places by a religious ceremony, including a blessing. Technical progress in water supply has led to the abandonment of a good many of these rustic aqueducts, but some sections of them in the woods, for instance, still offer tourists charming scenes for walks on level ground. See the map 180, on page 180, the courses of the most remarkable Bisses still used in the Sion area. Here's 180. A little hard to see the Bisses there. Well, anyway, it took me a long time before I actually had walked along them. When my wife and I finally did, with the help of Pierre, we walked along the Bisse du Haut, took a bus. It's by Crin, Montana. We walked along a Bisse that went like this, the Bisse du Haut. Started right there. But there are many, many of them. And if you didn't look at the link I gave you, I'm sorry, because as I said, it gets no better now. Now here's a triple Bisse, where a drawing. This is a French book, Au Pays des Bisse, and an invention of the Valaisian Bisses. Look at that drawing, 3 Bisses hanging on a mountainside. I have to realize that this may well be out of focus. But, you know, a lot of these images are indeed now online. If you would search them, there's donkeys carrying the troughs up. If you would research them, I'm sure you could find so many of these images. But again, as I say, there's nothing that I can offer you better than that link I gave you. This piece of steel, he hammers it into the ground, and then that stops the water and spreads it out over the meadows. That woman standing there. I was hoping you could see that. Well, it also, I think maybe before I was actually able to walk them, I found this. This is in South Tyrol, Waterlove, Bisse trails. And in South Tyrol, they're not so dangerous. Absolutely wonderful, pleasant paths, almost perfectly level, that you can walk along. I mean, and that's the remains of where they carried it in an aqueduct. I really, I mean, you don't even have to be all that healthy, because they're all, you can take buses usually up to where they start or at the bottom, and then the walk is almost level. A small Bisse dictionary, word book. Well, eventually I'm not sure how I got this. I think maybe it was given to me. Hotel Bahnhof. I should give you that link. I will give you that link, because they have been so helpful to me. This woman, Edith, given to me by Edith Leigener at the Hotel Bahnhof in Osterberg, Valais, Switzerland, 1999. She realized how much I loved Bisses and was searching for them. She actually even, with Adam, she took me in her car to a place where they had restored a Bisse. Wonderful lady. I hope to see her again sometime. But anyway, the thing about this book is it's in English. I think it's got, some of the same images as the French one, I think. But the thing is, it's in English. This would be a hard book to get a hold of, though. About 30 years ago, my wife and I spent some time in Canton Valais. I should reread this. I probably will. All right. Well, anyway, I was delighted to have it. And Edith also gave me, or Edith, as you'd say her name, also gave me this. This was written by a relative of hers, I think, and it's much more locally produced. Water, costly need. Signed by the author. His signature is the same as mine, I think. As I say, it's more locally produced, but wonderful. And this is a book that I just have my doubts if you would be able to get. See, they hang troughs on wooden hooks. That's what they did originally. Okay, and then finally here, this maybe would be better than the link. Here is the Hotel Bahnhof, 3938 Austerberg, Family Leigener. There's the telephone number, 027-946-2259. Go there. There it is. I'll still give you the link. This was 1998. They are so nice. I believe, I'm quite sure that the woman, at least, and man that now own it speak perfect English. Yeah. I don't own stock in the company, but I highly recommend it. And there's a Bisse on the front. All right, that has been my collection of Bisse books. Bye for now.